defending.
Hey, that is something the Eagles defense does well. If you look at them, as you look inside the 20, they only allowed a TD 41%. That was second. They only allowed a score. That includes the field goal, 68. That was first. Their defense inside the 20 last year was the best in the NFL.
3rd and 10. Marino, 67% thus far. And again, the 3 wide receivers plus Jim Jensen in the lineup. 2 to the right. Hardy is split off to the left side. Troy Stratford also is split out. 3-man rush for Philadelphia. Jensen across the middle.
That's a play to put pressure on the quarterback. 3rd down, you happen to throw it in the end zone or for a first down. That was not a good play or a good decision by Marino there, because if he throws incomplete, he has to kick a field goal. If he completes the pass, they have to kick a field goal.
That's going to bring on Paul Stoyanovich, who has had his problems. Now, he's an 8th-round draft pick out of Indiana, but he is 1 for 5. Missed 2 last week, and Shula did say that he only missed by a couple of feet, but he did miss. This will be 24 yards out. Cliff Stout will hold. High snap. The hold is down. The kick is good. So the rookie from Indiana hits from 24. And the Miami Dolphins take an early lead of 3-0.
You think Bo Jackson's the only guy who can do this stuff?
It is from Kodak. It is for the advanced photographer. It delivers the highest resolution, microfine grain, superior image structure. It is called Ektar. Sounds like the most impressive color print film ever made? It is. New Ektar film by Kodak. The genius is in the details.
Hey, when it comes to protecting your investment, isn't it worth paying for the real thing? Only Armorall works like Armorall.
Want to tap into real draft beer taste? Then tap into cold filtered, never heat pasteurized Miller Genuine Draft. Its rich, smooth, real draft taste blows ordinary beers away.
Jack Scalia is Wolf, an ex-cop struggling to rebuild his broken life.
I'm the only son you got, Pop.
And to start over, Wolf, coming this fall.
Dan Marino leads the Dolphins on a 78-yard drive, 14 plays. Pete Stoyanovich gets the field goal from 24, and now he'll kick off. 6 minutes and 31 seconds off the clock. And Henry Gizmo Williams will return the kick, or attempt to, for Philadelphia. He's a 5'6" youngster who has played the last couple of years in Canada. At the 6. And out of bounds at the 30-yard line, knocked there by Rodney Thomas, number 24.
I'll tell you, if he makes it, that gizmo is going to be something that the fans are going to love. You know, they like any guy like that isn't as big as the rest of the guys. Although, when you watch it, I mean, this guy has a real body on him. He has big shoulders, big arms, big legs. But they like that kind of guy. I mean, he's going to be, again, if he makes it, he's going to be an exciting player. He's going to be a fun player to watch.
He was nicknamed Gizmo by his teammate Reggie White when they played for Memphis in the USFL. Here's Cunningham back. Mark Higgs, number 22, in at a running back spot now, and Higgs is out near the 35-yard line. Higgs, another small young man, 5'7", played last year with Dallas.
He's one of the guys that the Eagles got in the offseason that they hope can improve their running game. You know, they're just looking for anything that can give them a little more in that area.
There's Mark Higgs, 5'7", played last year, and was unprotected by the Cowboys. He's one of those Plan B acquisitions. Here's Higgs again. Nice run to the 50-yard line.
Okay, that is when you talk about a cutback, that was a perfect cutback here by Higgs. Now, if you watch the thing here, he's going to take the ball here, start out. Now, as the defense comes here, you get to this point where you get him here, and then what? You see it and cut right back against the grain. Now, watch him as he starts out here. Watch the defense slow to that side. Then he stops, cuts back against the grain, and he's right on a safety.
Tony gets the handoff this time. E.J. Jr., who's another of the Plan B acquisitions and a major disappointment for Miami this summer, made the tackle then.
You know, the thing that has surprised me is, one, Randall Cunningham calling his own plays, and how many runs he's calling. That surprises me. Two, the fact that he hasn't run with the ball himself yet tonight.
Kenny Stabler called the plays for you, did he not?
Yeah, he did, and I always liked that. I always liked it where they called it out there on their side of the sideline, and it was because this is what we want to do, rather than this is what they want us to do.
Brian Soche makes the tackle on Mark Higgs. Soche, the 7-year man out of Northwest Oklahoma State. He's an unusual package.
Yeah, he was, some guy was interviewing him the other day. He's walking off the field and talking to a reporter, and just takes the PR guy and throws him in the swimming pool. Keeps on walking in. Then he had to answer the phone and he needs something to sit on, so he picked the cigarette machine up, pulled the cigarette machine over and sat on the cigarette machine and talked on the phone.
Third down. Cunningham looks for someone to lateral to. He's sacked. Down at the 46-yard line. It looked for a moment, John, like a quarterback draw, except you and I know they don't have that in their arsenal.
They don't have it. I think he was looking to run, and I didn't know that he didn't fumble that at the end. Watch it here. You see, now there's no lanes to run in. That's the problem. That's good defense. I think he was just going to lateral that thing, couldn't find anyone to lateral to, and went down. But against Cunningham, you have to do two things. You have to keep him contained from the outside, and you have to stay in your lane as you rush him up the middle. The Dolphins stayed in their lanes and gave him no lanes to run in.
John Kelchick on the punt on fourth down. Bradford back for it. Fair catch. Taken at the 8-yard line. Well, Don Shula said, I just want to feel good about something. And so far he must. There's a flag down. So Fred Wyatt heads down to check the infraction. But this is a defense that's given up 30 points on the average and 3 losses in 3 seasons.
For one thing, when you have a guy like Marino who throws the ball a lot.
Number 54, ineligible downfield, fourth down.
What happened is the only guys that can leave on a punt are the 2 outside guys. And if anyone who is on the inside leaves before, that's what happens.
That's Britt Hager, who's a 3rd-round draft choice. Buddy Ryan said of him yesterday, talking about Britt Hager, I think that hippie from Texas could play football.
Well, he said he reminds him a lot of Singletary. Mike Singletary said, they said Singletary was too short and too small to play, and he said Hager reminds me a lot coming out of Singletary.
I got the drift of Buddy's conversation that Hager's hair is a little bit longer than he'd like.
Oh, of course.
Kelchick, super punt. It goes in for the touchback. It'll come out to the 20. There is another flag down.
I'll tell you, it's the same thing. It's the same. The flag is the same side in the same location as the one before.
If it's Hager, he may get a haircut right now.
This is where the last preseason game, the way you can tell who's going to make the teams and who plays on special teams.
Number 58, ineligible downfield, declined, first down.
Well, they learned something at Texas. That's Ty Allard from the University of Texas. just like Brett Hager.